the thing that I've been obsessed with since I was selling lemonade at 7 years old, and on a stage like this maybe 10 years ago, I realized, man, I don't even really remember pouring the lemonade, and I had an epiphany that when I had lemonade stands, my friends would hold down the lemonade stand and I would walk around the streets of New Jersey and try to figure out where to put my signs. I've been chasing attention my whole life. And so baseball cards went well for me because I gave thought to how my table looked at the show. My dad's liquor store was real easy for me. I would watch people walk in the store and I would pay attention to how they would move, and I changed the way our setup was, and I made sure the stuff we wanted to sell was in front of them instead of somewhere they couldn't find. As you can imagine, when I launched WineLibrary.com, a website, it's crazy. The fact that I launched WineLibrary.com in 1990, how many people here were not born in 1997? Make some noise. Getting fucking old. Getting old up here. The fact that I launched a website in 1997, actually I'm writing a new book called Day Trading Attention that will come out next year. And on the flight here for 5 hours, we were editing it, and there was something about YouTube, we were talking about YouTube in it, and I made a reference in there of when I started, and in the reference it said that I started Wine Library TV 5 months after YouTube came out, and I thought that was too soon, so we looked it up, and it was actually wrong, but the other direction. YouTube came out, I think, December 15, 2005. I launched Wine Library TV February 21st, 2006. And it's probably the thing that, what I'm setting up here for you is, it's kind of scary how big the opportunity is for everybody in this room, regardless of where you're at, if you actually make a commitment to what I now recognize is the commitment that I've made my whole life and very aggressively for the last 20 years, which is if you actually understand where people's attention is, and then you actually figure out how to storytell on those platforms, whether in the written word, in video or in audio, and most of all, which I think fucks up most people, you stay patient and try to actually bring value, not extract value. When it takes me 2 seconds. When I go to the airport, somebody rolls up, they're like, Garyvee, I'm not fucking growing. Like, it takes me 1/100th of a second to know why. Because they're only about themselves. They care about how many followers they get. They care about how many likes they get. They care about how many fucking things they sell. There's just like literally no relationship with the audience. I know why I get to stand up here. I know why I get this love for you. It matters to me to provide value. I'm not scared to be a businessman. I got sneakers to sell and books to sell and wine to sell and VFriends to sell. Like, I'm not scared, but I don't understand how people don't understand what's happening. The whole world's competing now. Every single person's competing with every single person, every business. And how are you gonna break through? You're not gonna break through by showing the same shit. 1 billion people are posting a fucking flexi watch. That shit's not gonna break through. I think that most of us in general need to understand the science behind the game. And the game is attention on this device. There's 8 or 9 platforms that dominate this thing. Do I believe that most people here don't understand the science of social media? The answer is yes. Do I believe when I look at all of the accounts I looked at over the last couple of days, hyped for this event or here or what have you, that when I look at your profile, I'm like, oh, they don't understand that the thumbnail has no shot. Or, oh fuck, they're one of those people that think on Instagram, it's all about the picture or the video, and they put no effort into the copy, which is why it's not happening for them. Do I look at TikTok and be like, oh, they just posted their Instagram reel on TikTok or vice versa, that's why they don't get it. Do I think that there's extraordinary science behind the art? I do. The thumbnail matters. The first 3 seconds matter. The style matters. If you're still doing what you did for, like, how many people here are stagnant in their growth on Instagram? And don't be full of shit. Raise your hand because I want everybody to see this. Actually stand up, please, on some real shit. Are you stagnant on your growth on Instagram? Put on the lights. No, this is good. By the way, I'm standing. So, thank you everybody. I wanted everybody to visualize it. Actually, if you can keep those lights on, that'd be epic because the dark freaks me out. It doesn't. I just like seeing the faces for reaction. Listen to me. The reason everybody stood up is all that social media is supply and demand. My favorite thing is like, Gary, you need to help me. I've been shadow banned. No, you haven't, Don. You just suck. Nobody here is shadow banned. You're not shadow banned. You just haven't changed up your game in the last 3 years. And there's more people posting on the platform than ever, and some of the attention is now fully just on TikTok. It's called fucking supply and demand. You remember when I was yelling and going crazy 5 years ago telling you to get on TikTok? And you were like, nah, fuck that shit, that's girls that dance that are 14? You fucked up. This game is simple, but hard. Just like getting into better shape. There are core platforms that have the world's attention. Almost everybody here does not post 3 times a day on LinkedIn. Everybody here should post 3 times a day on LinkedIn. I don't care if you sell t-shirts, I don't care if you sell peach ice cream. LinkedIn is not what it was when we all came out the gate. It's no longer a recruiting tool. It is a social network that has crazy organic reach, that has very high value customers, that are usually at work when they're in it, so they're paying attention even more because they don't want to work. And so, you know, I can go around the world and speak, and I can put out the content. But when I was thinking about this, I'm like, look, I can go into the tactics. You know, I can tell you right now that on Instagram, if you post an image first and a second carousel video instead of just a Reels video like we've all been doing, it will do better. There you go, go, good, go. Write that shit down on your fucking pad. But what I know is that when you do it 7 times or 12 times and it doesn't go, because the quality of the content wasn't good enough, that you stop. And so I guess for me at this point, I'm just trying to figure out, what are people worried about? What's stopping people? And it's all the same cliche shit. Some people don't like the way they look on camera, but you don't like the way you look on camera because for some reason you've decided to value a stranger's bullshit comment on you coming from their own hurt instead of the way you feel about your own self. Like the thought of how many people here don't want someone from their high school or college or a neighbor or a coworker, or even worse, the thing that kills me, that you literally are not building your future because you're worried about Johnny Pants 67 coming on your account and fucking shitting on you. Do you understand how sad of a life it is to spend your time at night laying in your bed, going around your feed, seeing someone's bright light, and you're in such a bad place that you want to say you suck or you're wrong or fuck you? You shouldn't be feeling bad for yourself. You need to feel bad for these people. We need more empathy. Like, this is someone who's hurt. The thought of spending a second of my time to hurt someone else's feelings is fucking insane to me. So I'm just gonna, I'm trying to systematically think about like, why won't you post 33, like if you're here and you want something to happen, the fastest and most significant way to grow a business in 2023 and 24, besides the operational part, besides the fact that it has to be able to operate, to grow a business, it's called social media.